Hello there, good morning. Today is Saturday, September 9, 2023. And welcome back to all of you. This is a new beginning. So we are back. Okay, so we are back here with our new videos and English classes. Okay, so thank you all of you for being here. Okay, it's a pleasure, guys, to be here with you again. Okay, we are going to continue this new let's call it like semester or English course. We are here, okay, so with the new level with you guys. I can tell you that right now your English level is like intermediate level. Okay, it's not advanced. This is like an intermediate level that you're gonna be working on. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Today we are going to be working with adjectives and adverbs. Okay. I think most of you know what are adjectives. You guys know what are adjectives, how do they work, what do they mean? You know what are adverbs. So we are going to be working with this type of words, okay? Okay, so here we have adjective. You know what are adjective? Adjective describes nouns, and adverbs describe, what do they describe? They describe verbs, okay? So the goal of this Saturday class, so the goal of this English class and the next Saturday class is that you are going to be able to use adjectives and adverbs as comparative and superlative ways. Okay, you're gonna learn the rules when to use comparative and superlatives. You know, adjectives. You're gonna learn how or when to use adverbs. You know, comparing and using them as a superlative. You know, so this is our goal. You know, so here we have. You guys have this PDF, test you have here. So this is much easier, This is going to help you a lot, how to use adjective, you know, just only adjectives, when to use, adjectives, but comparing, or when to use superlative. But today we are going to be working only with adjective. These are the adjective right here, and you're going to learn when to use the adverbs, and you're going to learn also the vocabulary. You're going to learn more adverbs, you're going to learn more adjective. We're going to be working with those words. Okay, so let's begin. So here, right here, as you can see, we have this adjective, and take a look how similar they are. Look at this. We have careful as an adjective and carefully, you know carefully as an adjective. It's really easy, to identify an adverb. If you see a word that it ends with ly, it's an adverb. It's pretty easy to tell, that this is an adverb. But without the l or y, it's an adjective. So take a look. So whenever you see, a word, that ends again with l and y, pretty much and you're going to be pretty sure that that word is going to be an adverb. So this is like the way I identify, that a word is an adverb. And the other way to know that the word is an adverb is because the word, it's describing the verb. Okay, so let's read this, this example. And it's a careful driver. So if you see here, driver, it's the noun. Right here, driver is the noun. And careful, it's describing the driver. Okay? Careful is describing the noun. So the function of this word, careful, is to describe, how is the driver. The driver can be tall, the driver can be strong, the driver can be intelligent, the driver can be beautiful, sad, happy. All these words are adjective. So there are many ways to describe the driver. But the adjective that we are using right now, it's careful. You see, we are describing this person as a careful driver, okay? And who is the person? Anne. Anne is a careful driver. So now, let's take a look at the next example. Anne drives carefully. So, Anne drives. She drives. And how she drives? She drives fast. She drives well. Look at the adverbs. How does she drive? How does she drive? Well, she drives carefully. She drives fast. She drives well. So take a look that I'm using adverbs to describe how Anne drives. She drives carefully. She drives slowly. She drives quickly. She drives fast, you know. She drives very well. You see how easy it is to describe a verb, you know, how, so we can tell how, interest drives. Take a look at that. I'm using. Okay. Or maybe we can use the same example. Anne is a slow driver. Anne is a quick driver. Oh, Anne is a fast driver. Anne is a good driver. Look, I'm using the adjective to describe Anne as a driver. Anne as a driver. I'm using this adjective. So here we have the most common adjective. Of course, there are many other, adjectives, like big, small, beautiful, happy, sad. Those are like the most common that we learn at school. But take a look at this other adjectives. There are many adjectives. But these are the adjectives that we are going to be using, to compare, to using as a superlative. Maybe you right now don't have any idea what are comparing. When do we use them as for comparing, or when do we use them as superlative? Of course you don't know, but then later I'm going to explain you how to use them to compare, or how do we use them as a superlative. Don't worry, we're going to get there. Okay, so let's continue with the examples. John is a fast driver, but I can also say, hey, John is a careful driver, or John is a slow driver, And as you can see, the noun right here, let me use the test right here. Let me, this is a little bit, okay, this is the noun right here. So this is the noun, the driver is the noun. Let me see. Okay. Let me tell you that I forgot how to use, oh my God, I'm out of practice, how to use this. Okay, so this is the noun right here. Okay, this is the noun. And this is the adjective. Let me write the word adjective right here. I'm going to change also the color. You see, I'm going to use the red. Okay, adjective. Okay, so take a look at this. This is the adjective right here. Okay, so John is a fast driver, or maybe it's a slow driver, fast driver, good driver. I don't use hard because it doesn't make sense. I don't use early. Well, could be, but some adjectives don't make sense if I use them. But most of them they make sense. Okay, the other one. Take a look at the other one. Okay, so right here we have the adverb, and we're gonna write right here adverb. This is gonna be the adverb. Where's the adverb? Right here. And let me write right here is gonna be the verb. Let me change the color to blue. Okay. So here we have the verb. Take a look. Here we have the verb. And as you can see, the adverb, it's written or it's said after the verb. And take a look at this. The adjective, it's written first or it's said before, no, sorry, first, then the noun. So take a look at the order. When we use an adjective, it's first, look, and then the noun. When we use an adverb, it's after the verb. Take a look. John, take a look at the word order. John drives, fast. John drives well. John drives well. John drives what? Carefully. John drives slowly. Okay. What else? John drives fast. That's it. No more, because I don't want to say John drives early because it doesn't make sense, or John drives late. For me, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so take a look at this. Linda is a good driver. Okay, we're using an adjective. Okay, so here we have Linda's a good writer. Writer is the noun. Here we have the adjective. Okay, can we also say like Linda is a careful writer? Makes sense. Linda, it's a fast writer? Yes, it makes sense. What else makes sense? What else makes sense? It's a quick writer, yeah, or slow writer. Yeah, it makes sense to say this. It makes sense, It makes sense to me. Now, let's take a look at this example. Linda writes well. What else made sense? Linda writes fast. It makes sense. Linda writes carefully. Makes sense. Linda writes slowly. Okay. And she also writes quickly. Yeah, it makes sense. Very good. So this is how we use, adjectives and adverbs. Okay. Like I told you before, an adjective describes a noun. Okay. Describes a noun. Carefully describes the driver. An adverb describes the action of the verb. Look at this, the action. Because as you remember, verbs, some verbs, have action or others don't have actions, Okay, so most adverbs are formed by ly to an adjective. This is why I was telling you about, most adverbs are formed by adding the ly, so this is how you can tell that the word it's an adjective, sorry, an adverb. It's an adverb. But take a look at this vocabulary. Take a look at this verse. Look, but let me read it first. The adjective form and the adjective form and the adverb from are the same for fast, hard, early. So take a look at this. Fast and as an adjective is the same as an adverb. Fast, hard, fast, hard, early, late, late. Take a look at this. Always, these are very easy, because fast, you have to memorize this. Fast, hard, early, and late. They are said or written, and used as an adjective the same way. And take a look at this. Let me look for them here. Let me look for them. We have fast, okay, hard. Let me see. Let me look for them in this chart. Okay, let me look for them in this chart. We have here fast, okay. We have hard. We have late. But where is early? Oh, I'm missing early here. Okay, I'm gonna give me some time because now I can tell that I'm missing early. I'm gonna add it later. I'm gonna add it later. So here I'm missing early. Okay, I'm missing early. I'm gonna write it here so I can add it later. to the chart. Okay, so we don't have early here. Okie dokie. Okay, so we have, look at this, fast, faster, the fastest. Okay, hard, hard, okay. Very good. Okay, let's continue. So now, this is gonna be your turn to practice. Let me see. Okie dokie. This is gonna be your turn to practice what I was teaching you. Okay. So we have right here this exercise. Okay. So you're gonna tell me what are we gonna be using? Are we gonna be using an adjective or an adverb? You're gonna tell me that. You need to tell me. Oh, we're gonna need an adjective. Oh, we're gonna need an adverb. You're gonna tell me, okay? Because I want to know. I want you to learn when do you need an adjective and when do you need an adverb, you know? I want you to learn that. Okay, so for example, here, this is an example. My hometown is small and quiet. So here, we are describing the verb. Small and quiet. What are small and quiet? A ver, let me see it. Small and quiet. Let me see. We don't have it here. Small and quiet. My hometown is small and quiet. Okay, Mr. Wilson whispered. He spoke. Okay, here's the verb. Quietly. But a small, it's a small is it's a noun. Okay, we are describing here my hometown. Okay, let me see. Quiet, small and quiet. Let me look at the chart. If it is small here and quiet, let me see. Small. No, we don't have a small. Just I wanna do it better, this chart. I wanna add more vocabulary. So we don't have a small. Okay, I'll do it later. Don't worry. Okay. Take a look at this. When we have the verb be, okay, so right here, small is an adjective. Okay, small is an adjective. Small is an adjective, but quiet. Let me see. We don't have quiet here. Quickly, we don't have quiet. Small, but we don't have quiet. Let me see if we have quiet here. Quickly. No, we don't have quiet. I don't have quiet. Quiet. Oh, why don't we have quiet here? Okie dokie. Okay. Never mind. Let's leave it like that. Okay. Take a look at this. Okay, who wants to do number 3? And what do we need? An adjective or an adverb? As you can see, right here, the author is giving us, okay, let me see. This is, right here, this is the adjective and this is the adverb right here. Look, adjective, adverb, adjective and adverb. This is the adverb. So right here, we have the adjective and we have the adverb right here. Okay, right here. So what do we need here? What do we need? Anielin? Go ahead, Anielin.
Clearly.
Okay, clearly, very good. So pretty much we need an adverb. Okay, so because this is the verb, take a look, this is the verb, and we need the word clearly. Yes, very good, clearly. Let's pronounce it. Practice the pronunciation clearly. And pronounces every word clearly. Can you read the whole sentence, please?
Anna
Pronounces
every word clearly.
There you go. Very good. So Anna pronounces every word clearly. Very good. So why are we using here clearly? Because clearly is describing the word, the verb pronounces. Pronounces is a verb. Pronounces is a verb. Okay, and this is why we need, right here, we need the adverb. Right here, we need the adverb. Okay? Take a look at this. Now, look at the next sentence. We like to go boating in, and what do we have here? Here we have a noun, which is the word weather. Okay? We have a noun. So if we have a noun, which word do we need? Okay. You help me. Who wants to do number 4? I already help you. Okay. Who wants to do number 4? We like to go boating in what? Clear or clearly weather. Who wants to do this one? Who wants to read the sentence with the answer? Okay, raise your hand, please. Do it. Turn on your microphone. Go ahead, Adrian.
We like to go boating in clear weather.
Very good. In clear weather. And let me tell you something that I remember. Every sentence that we have here, guys, every sentence, from every sentence that we have here, there is a question. There is a question. So always remember this. Always. If you have a sentence, this sentence is the answer to a question. It's the answer. And try to practice this yourself. Try to practice this yourself. Practice. When you are alone, when you are by yourself, practice this. If you see a sentence in English, try to make a question to have that sentence, to have that question as an answer. And let me do it. For example, we have this sentence right here. We like to go boating in clear weather. Okay. Which question can I tell you to have that sentence as an answer? How? And this is a good practice for what? This is a good practice for you to learn, to practice, making questions. Making questions is extremely important. Why? Because through questions, we can establish, we can create or maintain a conversation. In my opinion, for me, it's much easier, to have a conversation with a native English speaker when I made the questions. If I made the questions, it's a lot more easier for me, to establish a conversation, because the other person is going to have to answer, rather than if the other person make questions to me. I don't know. I think, in my opinion, it's a lot hard to give answer. Or if you're gonna have a conversation with someone, it's a lot harder, to talk about politics, to talk about history or culture. It's a lot harder, and many conversations, can be maintained, through questions and answers. Let me tell you, I have done that. I have practices. Listen, we only have 3 minutes left. You know that if the time is over, we'll begin again. Okay, so do not worry if the time runs by. Okay, so this sentence number 4, this is the question. Take a look at this. The answer is, we like to go boating in clear weather. And this is the question. How do you like, to go boating? How do you like to go boating? That's the question. And what is the answer? Oh, we like to go boating in clear weather. Look, this is the question right here. So every sentence has a question, or every sentence is like an answer to a question. Amazing, right? So you can make a question from this sentence, from this, and from this. And this is like a good way to practice, creating story creating questions, okay? So this is like something for you, whenever you see a sentence, try to make a question, try. If you don't know how to make a question, okay, then send me a message, and ask to me for help, things like that, Okay, go ahead, Danieli.
Quería preguntarle que si la misma pregunta que se elaboró ahí se podrá hacer con which.
Yes, it's like, which, let me see, which, no, because which, the question word which is like for choices. Es como, te lo voy a decir en español. Es como si yo te quisiera preguntar, oye, ¿qué te gusta más? ¿Qué quieres? ¿Qué quieres tú? ¿La manzana o la naranja? Which fruit do you like? Es como cuando tú quieres la respuesta a una opción. Eso es como así como usamos el which, ¿no? Which fruit do you like? Which fruit do you want? The orange or the apple? It's something like that for which, Okay, guys, we have less than a minute. So we are going to cut it right here. And then we're going to begin a new, how do we say? New video or? Okay, so see you guys in the next video. We're going to continue. No worries. We're going to end the meeting. Is what we're going to do. And we are going to begin a new meeting.